Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a brand new F1 2020 League Racing video. Today we're back with PSGL around Melbourne, and let's have a setup. As I just rejoined the session before the race, as I disconnected in qualifying, actually in qualifying 1 already, so we went out straight away in quali 1 and are starting last. Going into this round, we are leading the championship by 12 points, as you can see here. It is going to be very tough to maintain that lead, as we are starting last and our championship rival Barry Bormand is starting in pole position. So yeah, this is going to be a very tough race, especially because it's Melbourne. It's very hard to overtake around here. It's basically a street circuit with a little bit more runoff. So yeah, short straights, pretty high downforce I would say, which makes it hard to overtake. A lot of dirty air. A lot of medium to high speed corners, which we're going to struggle with in dirty air. So we're going to go for the hards. Even though medium soft is possible, we're going to go hards, so that we can maybe make some moves towards the end of the first stint and hope for a late virtual safety car or safety car, so we can gain at least some of the time back for a kind of free pit stop, I would say. So yeah, now starting the formation lap on hards. I think quite a lot of people towards the end of the grid are on hard. You can see Tom97, Alex O'Grady and Jorge Alberola. Probably messed up his pronunciation, but anyway, doesn't matter. We are the only 4 people that are on hards basically. Everyone else is on mediums. So yeah, gonna warm up the tires slowly. We want to be on these tires for around 20 to 21 laps before we go into softs and make as many moves as possible. If we want to keep the championship lead, we need to at least score 4 points if Barry wins. So yeah, not going to be easy, of course. We're still going to be aiming for a top 5 finish at least. But yeah, for P20 in the grid around Melbourne, it's going to be a very, very tough challenge, of course. So now we're going to be lining up on the grid. Gonna be weird, as it's gonna be a very short hold on P20. Usually we obviously start in the top 5, top 4. So this is gonna be a little bit different for once, starting on the last place since quite a while. I think I did the last 2 first challenge in Abu Dhabi and ORL in the first F1 2020 season. But now it's gonna be a lot more tough, as it's not gonna be as easy to overtake around here as on Abu Dhabi, as it's lights out and away we go. Pretty average start, but honestly we don't really need an amazing start going into turn 1. What we need is a good exit of this turn 1. You can see I'm preparing it all the way and then absolutely bolted, but then Alex O'Grady had a big snap of oversteer, so I couldn't really bolt it on that exit. And I'm gonna try to go around the outside of Jorge. I have no idea how to pronounce his name, but anyway, P18 it is, up 2 positions as we go into sector 2. I saw Louis go a little bit wide and go side by side with Vexit, so I decided to lift off a little bit. I'm defending here from the Haas behind me. Tom gets a big snap of oversteer. We're gonna turn on the overtake button, turn it off again, as we kinda need to save it for once we actually go head on head with people. And now gonna bolt it on this exit. You can see the hards have absolutely no grip around here. It's just like Monaco, where the hards are very bad. I was thinking about a move on Louis, but couldn't make it stick. So now we are first of the hard runners already, up 3 positions, as I think Louis has damage, so he might pull into the pits at the end of this lap. You can see the understeer he has to deal with, even though he's on new mediums compared to our hards, which are pretty poor, those hards in the first few laps. As you can see, Philip Rachner and Louis Welch dive into the pits for a set of new front wings, and coming across the line it's gonna be P14, a CRG Smasher has damage as well. So we've gained 6 positions in that opening lap, and now all we have to do is stick with Vexit on the mediums ahead, so that he can pull us along on those mediums, and then we can make some moves towards other medium runners towards the end of this stint. As we now move on towards the end of lap 5, you can see we're still stuck behind Vexit, who is slowly starting to drop some pace on those mediums. Of course, our hards, in comparison to their mediums, are only gonna get faster. So it's very good that we have managed to stick with Fexit in this DRS and recharge our battery a little bit. Now I use some overtake on that exit, as we're still doing 24-0. Just depends really a little bit on how much DRS I use. So now I'm gonna turn on the overtake again and try to go for a move. I have DRS, Fexit does not have DRS. And next up is gonna be Jari in the Renault, who has a 3-second time penalty already. So yeah, really gonna need to close that gap to get DRS again. And we're gonna use quite some DRS to do that. Obviously, I think at this point the mediums are definitely still faster. But we should have a slight natural pace advantage driving wise over Jari. Jari is, I think, usually a little bit in the midfield, and we're obviously one of the fastest. So gonna be tough to close this gap, but we went purple sector 1, which I think was because of the help of DRS and the overtake button, of course, where we're half a second up. I think the fast lap of the race at 22.8 from some of the soft runners, and now we've closed the gap to 1.2 seconds. And we're almost in the DRS as VSC is deployed.
Bit for hard, Danny. Bit for hard.
Yep.
Is everyone in the pits or no? Yeah, they are. That sucks.
Yeah, so as you can hear, everyone that started on the softs in the pits, as the pit window literally just opened as the VSC came. So that's
This
just
is probably the worst scenario.
as you can hear me say, worst scenario possible. Because
Danny, I think your mic's muted for you.
As virtual safety car was
DRS
ending.
disabled again, man. Fuck's sake. How am I not seeing this? I lost freaking 3 seconds.
What happened?
I just completely fucking missed that virtual safety car ended. I just don't see it or something.
So as you can hear me say, I completely missed the VSC ending, and I had like plus 2.5 seconds on the delta. So I've done this before in ORL nations around Baku, and I have no idea why I'm just not seeing it. I think maybe the graphic changed from 2019 to 2020, but still something I really have to fix for future races, as I've literally just lost a free 2 seconds, as I think Jari was not completely on the limit as well. I think the delta was over 2 seconds, and well, we should have been within a half a second of that delta. So yeah, we basically could have been in a DRS of Jari now, and we had 2.4 seconds behind. So just completely messed it up. Absolute dump disaster. I don't know what to say about it. Looking back, I cringe really hard because of it. But yeah, I think from now on, after this race at least, sure, I'm gonna see it every time on, as this is gonna be a little bit of a trauma. I'm not sure if trauma is the right word, but as you hear Danny say, he's taking care of the tires. Those hards are gonna have to do 23 laps, which is quite tricky for the people who went into the pits under virtual safety car. But at the same time, they gained like 10 seconds free because they pitted under VSC as well. Because you're driving so slow under VSC, you're just gaining so much time. It's basically almost a free pit stop. So now we have to close in the gap to Jari again. We've closed 3/10 over the last lap, so pretty good job. Still, I should have done a lot better with that virtual safety car ending. It's just absolute. Well, as I said before, I have no words for it. Completely my own mistake, of course. But anyway, now we just have to focus and push as hard as we can to try and close that gap to Jari again. So we went green, so 23.7. On that one lap, we overtook Fexit. We were on for 23.2 or 23.3, which was really good. But well, we've lost all the time again as we fucked it up during the virtual safety car. As we now move on to the end of lap 12, you can see we've closed the gap to Jari. and he has 9 seconds of penalties as well, so he's probably not really gonna defend this too hard. His mediums are dropping off now as our hards are starting to really work now compared to those mediums. We're still doing consistent high 23s, and the mediums are dropping off quite significantly. So we managed to keep the same pace, but the mediums are dropping. You can see he was sliding a little bit on that exit, and we're gonna turn on the overtake. He's not gonna fight this because, well, there's still 16 laps to go, and considering we are faster on those hards, it's better for himself, for his own race, to let us go and follow us, so we can maybe pull him along towards the likes of Felipe Sousa on the mediums and VSR Andy. So gonna push on now and try to close that gap as well, as the mediums, as I said, are dropping off. And we are looking to extend those hards to maybe lap 21 before we bolt on the softs and absolutely send it for 8 or 9 qualifying laps in a row. As now we move on to halfway into lap 17, you can see Speed Barry and Alessio Di Capo only 4 seconds behind us, and that's what I meant with that free pit stop. Basically, by the time...
it's gonna end just before I go into the pits, surely.
Basically, we plan to pit lap 21, but the softs can do until the end of the race, but it's just not gonna be ideal in the fastest way. And the VSC is probably gonna end before we go into the pits, so that's just really painful. Felipe Sousa ahead of us went into the pits 1 lap ago, so he is probably very unfortunate as well with this VSC. I hope it's gonna stay out for another 25 to 30 seconds, but I doubt it. You can see 61% on the hard, so we could go a few laps longer, but we're gonna go into the pits anyway. I'm going way too slow as well, as I can probably absolutely dive under the delta. You can see I'm way too low. I had like plus 1.3 seconds, so I could have gone way faster. Once again, messed up the virtual safety car a little bit. Virtual safety car ending, and we're getting out as well.
Go, man! This game fucks me up so much. Codemaster needs to fucking lose their license, man. Just fix these fucking pit stops for once.
So yeah, there you can see my usual rant about pit stops. I'm not gonna go onto it again. I think I've explained it more than enough now over the past few weeks. But we came out 4 seconds behind Felipe Sousa. We gained a little bit with this pit stop, but not how much we really wanted. So P11 it is now, and now we're gonna close in the gap to whoever is on the hards or mediums ahead of us. It's gonna be tough catching up to Felipe Sousa and VSR Andy, of course, but we're still gonna try it. Now it is lap 21. We've caught up to Alvaro Carreton, who got screwed with the virtual safety car. He went into the pits and got stuck behind his teammate Alessio Di Capua. So he basically lost a lot of time by double stacking. Another thing that's absolutely shit on this game. Can't double stack. So yeah, now up to P9. Alvaro is gonna have a pretty tough race until the end as well. Old hards versus everyone behind him on pretty new softs. So we've caught up a little bit to Felipe Sousa. I think we've gained 2 seconds so far. So pretty good. We don't have to fast lap, as we just need a good average time towards the end. So we don't want to bolt it for 1 lap and then lose a lot of pace after that. So just gonna keep pushing, stay consistent, and see if we can catch up to Felipe in the coming laps. And now we move on to the start of lap 26. JKB is disconnected, so we moved up 1 place, and it's safety car.
Come on, that's fucking unlucky.
So as I said before, virtual safety car was pretty early, so you can see we have quite a lot of tire wear.
That's
So
unlucky,
it's
man.
gonna be
I was
risky
saving
towards the
everything
end.
for the last 2 laps.
So the top 4 are all on 2 warnings.
How many positions am I gonna lose if I pit now? Do you know?
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
4, I think so.
Yeah, 4.
I don't think it's worth it. It's gonna last 2 laps.
You're
Or maybe 1.
still nearly a second lap quicker than the hard runners.
Yeah, it's only gonna last a lap, by the way. Yeah, that's true, man.
they're all very close to a penalty. The top 4 on 2 warnings. Dylan's on 5 warnings.
So now I have to make a very quick decision. Am I gonna pit? And having to risk 4 track positions. As basically 4 people are within my pit window. So I have to make a very quick decision. Am I gonna pit for new softs? And absolutely bold it.
I'm just gonna do it.
It really depends how long the safety car stays out and how many people behind me are going to pit as well. I expected Alvaro Carreton to pit as he is on very old hards.
Why does
But he
Alvaro
stayed
stay?
out. As you can hear me say, I was
old
very
hards.
surprised. But luckily some people behind me
Position.
did win in the pit. Shizu, Yari and
I only
Alex.
lost 2 positions,
So
that's
now I only lost 2 positions, which is crucial. Because now we only have to overtake 2 people.
Yeah.
And we are on brand new softs.
For softs, it will be good because the top 3 will be fucked, you know. But it's risky.
It obviously would have been a lot better if Tom and Alvaro went into the pits as well, for us personally. But yeah, now we have to do some overtaking. Basically, either in 1 lap or 2 lap. Luckily for us, it's only, or it is going to be 2 laps. So we're basically getting 1 extra lap to overtake more people on those brand new softs. You can see our safety car restart was not ideal there. I was quite far behind Tom. As you can see, Tom struggling with grip out of the last corner. And, well, just green flag as we overtake him. So that was perfect. And now Alvaro's up next on those old hards. So he's going to be easy to overtake as well. Old hards versus brand new softs. I think there's going to be like a 4-second difference in lap time between us. So he'll be probably doing high 23s compared to we are going to be doing 120s. So there's going to be insane, the grip difference between us and everyone else ahead of us. I mean, some of the soft runners are probably going to have decent pace, but once we get to the hard runners, the pace advantage is going to be absolutely insane. But we have to clear the older soft runners first, which is going to be the hardest part. As Felipe Sousa is up now, he gets a little bit of a poor exit. We got a little bit close. We actually tapped him there. I had to back out and cost us a little bit of time. But I think a little bit of desync maybe. As Felipe is obviously from Brazil, so we live very far apart. So I think that maybe I just got too close. I have no idea. But now down the inside we go up to P7. You can see VSR Andy and Dylan Warren have time penalties, and Dylan Warren is on old hards. So Dylan Warren is the first who is first of the hard runners basically. And coming out of this exit, you can see we're in a complete different level compared to VSR Andy. We have just so much more grip, and basically we're catching up to everyone exactly at the right time. You can see now we're gonna put the overtake button on and up another position. P5 it is now, and now are the next hard runners. Danny Moreno, our teammate, now is up next, and you can see here he's pulling up to the side because we have a much better chance for a podium position at this point in the Grand Prix. We have just so much more grip. You can see we went green again in Sector 1, 26.6, and you can see in the next few corners we're going to gain so much to Nicolas Longue, but we are running out of time at this point in the race. There are only 1.5 sectors to go, so you can see we've gained 3 to 4 tenths just in that one corner there. And as we head towards the fast chicane, this is where we're going to be gaining a lot of time. We're taking a lot of risk. You can see back end wants to step out, but we have a lot more ERS than Nicolas. You can see rear lights are flashing. We still have 20%, and we go down the inside up to the podium positions from P20 in the grid. We pushed them a little bit wide as I thought that was clear, but we've gone from P20 in the grid to P3 onto the podium positions. Basically we went from P10 to P3 in the space of 2 laps. So the softs were so powerful, and you can see we got close.
Let's fucking go, mate. Let's fucking
but not
go.
close enough. One more lap and we would have won, but you know, really happy with P3 as you can see there, because after starting P20 our championship was at risk, and now we've only lost 6 points, which is an absolute win after that disconnect in qualifying. So happy with that. And obviously perfect team play from Danny as well, as he gave us
very much appreciated, Danny. Appreciate it, man.
No.
Yes, awesome race.
No way I would have been on the podium otherwise.
So yeah, as you can hear me say there's no way we would have been on a podium if Danny didn't let us through. And absolute massive team play from Danny there. just perfect. Hugely appreciated, of course. And it really shows how good of a team we are, I feel like. So, yeah, obviously, in the same scenario, I'm gonna be doing the same. If we're in different strategies, we need to help each other as we are a team. So, yeah, we're really looking forward to the next few races. Next week is gonna be the finale, or actually this Thursday, as this is uploaded on the Tuesday. So this Thursday is gonna be the finale around Brazil. I hope it stays dry and we're not gonna have a 2007 Hamilton clock scenario, but we're just gonna have to wait and see what's gonna happen next week around. We are gonna go into the final race with a 6-point lead, so not much, and yeah, it's just gonna be very close, I think. So it's gonna be very exciting, and I can't wait to go towards Brazil for that finale on Thursday. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Absolute crazy last few laps. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe if you guys want to see more. And see you guys next time. Ciao.